जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी असत्य दिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महाराज की, श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री साई गौर सुंदर की, पतित पावन प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्ठिकी। From Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30th, entitled as The Activities of Prachetas, Text number 43. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Prachetobhirabhisusto Harihi Iti Prachetobhirabhisisto Harihi Pritastateti aha saranyavatsalaha Pritastateti aha saranyavatsalaha Anichchatam yanam atripta chakshusam Anichchatam yanam atripta chakshusam Yaya swadharmanupavargaviryaha Maitreya uvacha Iti prachetobhirabhisusto hari Pritastateti aha saranyavatsalaha Anichchatam yanam atripta chakshusam Yayau sadhamanapavargaviryaha Maitreya uvacha Iti prachetobhirabhisisto hari Pritastateti aha saranyavatsalaha Anichchatam yanam atripta chakshusam yaya usvadhamnam apavarga virya. Word for word meaning. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Iti, thus, Prachetobhi, by the Prachetas, Abhishtusta, being praised, Hare, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Pritah, being pleased, Tatha, so, Iti, thus, Aha, said, Saranya, to the surrendered souls, Vatsalah, affectionate, Anikshatam, not desiring, Yanam, his departure, Atripta, not satisfied, Chakshusham, their eyes, Yayau, he left, Swadhama, to his own abode, Anapavarga Vidya, whose prowess is never defeated. Translation and purport by Prabhupada Ki. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the protector of surrendered souls, being thus addressed by the Prachetas and worshipped by them, replied, May whatever you have prayed for be fulfilled. After saying this, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose prowess is never defeated, left. The Prachetas were unwilling to be separated from him because they had not seen him to their full satisfaction. Once again, the great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the protector of surrendered souls, being thus addressed by the Prachetas and worshipped by them, replied, May whatever you have prayed for be fulfilled. After saying this, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose prowess is never defeated, left. The Prachetas were unwilling to be separated from him because they had not seen him to their full satisfaction. Purport. The word Anapavarga Virya is significant in this verse. The word Ana means without. Pavarga means the materialistic way of life. The Virya means prowess. The prowess of the Supreme Personality of Godhead always contains 6 basic opulences, one of which is renunciation. Although the Prachetas desired to see the Lord to their full satisfaction, the Lord left. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, this is an exhibition of his kindness to the innumerable other devotees. Although he was being attracted by the Prachetas, he left. This is an example of his renunciation. This renunciation was so exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he stayed with Advaita Prabhu after taking sannyasa. All the devotees there wanted him to stay a few days longer, but Lord Chaitanya left without hesitation. The conclusion is that although the Supreme Lord has unlimited kindness for his devotees, he is not attached to anyone. He is equally kind to his innumerable devotees all over the creation. Om Tat Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langyayate girim yatkripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Yesterday I was reading second chance book that Prabhupada is mentioning. Goal of one's life is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari Toshanam. So we see that here the Lord is being fully satisfied with the Prachetas. How all the austerities they performed was 100% successful. There's a verse which says that tapasa tata king. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not satisfied, then what is the use of tapasya? On the other line it says that if the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied, then what is the use of tapasya? So the conclusion is whatever austerity, yajna, dana, tapa, kriya, whatever we do, the goal is to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is actually the goal of our life. By satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually the self is completely satisfied. Suprasidati, yenatma suprasidati. We are always hankering for some happiness, some satisfaction, some unfulfillment. That is completely done when the Supreme Personality of God is satisfied. That is actually the secret. Prabhupada gives this example, the two classical example. We water the root of a tree, then it nourishes and maintain the whole plant just by watering the root. We can go around watering all the branches, twigs, but it won't work out. We have to water the root, and the water goes inside the root. From there it is supplied everywhere. And another example Prabhupada gives, feeding the stomach. The finger is part and parcel of the body. So when the food is given in the center, stomach, from there it is distributed everywhere, the energy is distributed everywhere. So when the super soul is satisfied, the self is naturally, automatically gets satisfied. So this is the secret. We all want to be happy. I was hearing today morning, Prabhupada is saying, if you want to be happy, then we should be willing to dance with Krishna. He said, the finger example, mostly he was saying like this finger, see, as the body desires, the finger moves. Everybody was laughing in class. See this? So our being a part and parcel of the living entity, the our desire should be actually to follow the desire of the Lord. So when we do that as being part and parcel, we our desire becomes one with the Lord. Actually, when the Lord is satisfied, in other words, when we serve the Lord and Lord is satisfied, we become satisfied. And when we desire anything independent, different from Krishna, then we struggle. Then we looking for that happiness, pleasure, fulfillment. That never happens because the Lord is never satisfied. The food has never reached the stomach, or the root has never been watered. Then how we will get from there the result? That is not possible. So, this is only the secret, that we have to we should satisfy the Supreme Personality of God, and it is natural because we are part and parcel of the Lord, the energy of the Lord. So unless and until we are engaged in His service, the Lord is, then we will not be happy. So here we see that the Lord is very much pleased with Prachetas, very much pleased with them. And the Lord also explains why He is very much pleased with them. They performed austerity for 10,000 years under the water, and they were 10 of them. They went on the order of the father to beget good progeny, good children, so that they can rule over the kingdom. And on the way, Lord Shiva, out of his causeless mercy, gave his association. And by the association of Lord Shiva, that was the turning point in their life. They started worshipping the Supreme Lord under whatever instructions and directions He had given. So, in the material world, we are all conditioned, and naturally we are desiring for sense gratification. Instead of serving the senses of Krishna, naturally, by default, we are inclined to serve our senses, and it happens so fast. How we can, desire instead of sense gratification service of Krishna? That's only possible in the association of devotees. Through the association of pure devotees, only this is possible. We see that how the Prachetas got the association of Lord Shiva, and they developed this desire that we want to please the Lord. We want to see Him. That desire, was planted in their heart by Lord Shiva. So this is actually the secret of success. We want to reach Krishna, the way goes towards to the pure devotee of Krishna. All tapasya, austerity, yoga, karma, path of speculation, jnana, never can be successful, can never take us to reach Krishna or to please Him. Only following the path of pure devotee, the Lord actually we can reach towards Him. This is the success. It's very difficult. Bhakti, very rare, sudurlabha, very very rarely achieved. The same time, it is very simple also. If we go to the proper route, to the proper way, proper approach, then we can be successful. So that proper approach is to follow the footsteps of pure devotee. Mahajano yena gata sapantha. So this is the actually secret of the scriptures. This is what Sukadeva Goswami is describing to Parikshit Maharaj in the 6th canto. You know that after hearing descriptions of hellish planets, Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know about different creation, different aspects of creation. So in that course, it's been described that lower planetary system there is hellish planets are there, and the living entities who are very sinful, they are sent there, and as according to their sin, they are punished in different grades in different hellish planets. So hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj become very, very sad, because Janjan is a true devotee. One quality of devotee is par dukhe dukhi. Becomes very, very depressed when seeing others are depressed. Because they identifying with themselves with them. So we see that they're sad. They are also feeling sad. Seeing the living entities going to suffer so much in the hellish planets, Parikshit Maharaj becomes very sad, very sad. And then he is asking, please tell some way by this they can be relieved. You have previously described that the living entities can go upwards, can go to up to Brahma Loka, and from there go back to Godhead. Please shed some light how these people, these living entities suffering in the hell, and their suffering seems to be endless, how they can be relieved. So after hearing this request from Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami says, no, they can be relieved if they perform atonement, prayashchitam. Prayashchitam. That we did some sinful activity and we come to know that we have performed this sinful activity. Within this life, if we perform the atonement, then there is a chance we will not suffer in the abyss planet. So after hearing this, this is what generally, see, if something wrong we have done, actually to accept it and correct. Some prayashchitam we have to do, no. Unless we correct ourselves, how we can get rid of the reaction of that. Then after hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj says that he doesn't seem to be agreeing with this. He said that I consider this atonement useless. It is like Kunja Sauchavat, like taking an elephant bath. Now, what is his experience is saying, being an emperor, he gives the judgment regularly. He's saying that I see the people come and they are punished, and they just come out and again perform the same sinful activities. So even after getting punishment, they are not changing. How out of this atonement will change them? This atonement is not a solution. He says that I consider it useless. Then actually Sukadeva Goswami says, he's saying that please say something which really helps them. And he says that yes, they should do vimarshanam, cultivate knowledge, because why they are performing sinful activities? The root cause is ignorance. Ignorance only is the cause for performing sinful activities. So how the ignorance can be counteracted? Saying that the ignorance can be counteracted by cultivating knowledge. So you should cultivate knowledge. By this cultivation of knowledge, actually they won't perform sinful activities and they'll free from the suffering. Then he goes to say that one should follow regulative principle of life. That is part of cultivating knowledge. Brahmacharya. One should follow brahmacharya. One should control one's mind and senses. Samena damena. One should be truthful. One should be clean. And one should regularly chant the holy name of the Lord. He says these things. This will relieve people from suffering. And he goes to say further Sukadeva Goswami is saying further, but still, uh, all this which I have said to you is like uh, is like there's a bamboo tree is there. Under the bamboo trees, there are dry grasses. Somehow or other, there is a fire, and all the dry grasses are burned. So all this we do, vimarsanam, cultivation of knowledge, regularly chanting the holy name of the Lord also mentioned. And brahmacharya, samena, damena, truthfulness, austerity, all these things are like this. At first opportunity, when rain is there, it will again grow. So, of course, by doing all these things, one's sinful reactions are burnt. All the sinful reactions since we have performed life after life, everything is burnt and become ash. But as soon as there is a first opportunity, first rain, again that will start performing sinful activities. Why? Why will do that? Because inside our heart, that vasana is there, tendency, vasana is there. Of course, we have become free from the action and reaction. Action means we have controlled ourselves and stopped sinning. We are following brahmacharya, stop the illicit sex. Like that, we have mind control, self-control, everything we have done. Jagannath Baldev Swadha Maharani ki jai, Sri Allah Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Sri Gopinath ki jai. We have performed, we have stopped performing sinful activities, and also by cultivation of knowledge, by regularly chanting the holy name of the Lord, all these things also burns the reactions that for which we should suffer, has also gone, but the tendency in the heart has not gone. So first opportunity when comes, some temptations is there, it comes, object comes in front of senses comes in front of sense object, will perform sinful activities again. So that will he says then he gives the solution. He gives the solution is how to get free from this tendency. So he gives a solution. Only possible way is to perform pure devotional service. Only by performing pure devotional service one can get free from this. And this famous sloka is there, we all know. He chants that famous sloka. Kechit Kaivalya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana Agam Dhunvanti Kasnena Niharam Eva Bhaskara. Very famous sloka he chants regularly. He says that Kachit, very rarely, Kaivalya Bhakta, by performing pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is very rare actually. And the association through the association of pure devotees, Vasudeva Parayana, when it is done, the pure devotees, even a glimpse, we have not even done the pure devotional service, even the glimpse, abhasa, of the pure devotional service, Agam Dhunvanti Kasneya removes all that tendencies which is fog, which is like inside our heart, taken over all our heart, is completely removed. How? It's like even the sun is not risen, it is rising in the horizon, and all the mist is gone. So he gives this wonderful example and says this is the only way, by performing pure devotional service. And then he further says actually that is done in the association of pure devotee. In association of pure devotee, we perform pure devotional service, then actually the soul is free from cycle of birth. The cycle of birth and death, we come out of that. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, in which we are always struggling. So this is actually the solution. Here we see that the Prachetas, they have pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they have performed pure devotional service. The Lord is very much pleased with them. And this was done because they've got great fortune. They've got the uh, association of Lord Shiva. To association of Lord Shiva, they perform this devotional service. And the Lord especially mentions another famous sloka we know, and the Lord especially mentions that why he is very much pleased, why he is so much pleased with Prachetas. Because though they were 10 in numbers, they were in full agreement with each other for the service of the Lord. And we see, and this was not for 1 day or 2 days, for 10,000 years, and they were supposed to be on the land under the extreme circumstances when they under the water, the performing austerities. How much uh, hard situation would have been there, and then how many differences can come when there is such an unnatural circumstances. But they are always in cooperation, agreement, understanding, full understanding, because they had one goal. Each one of them had only one goal. They are fixed in that we have to please Lord Hari. For 10,000 years, they had this cooperation, and the Lord actually noticed this, and he came and said, "I am very much pleased with you because of this." We see that how the Lord became very pleased, because each one of them adjusted themselves and cooperated, so that the Lord is satisfied. They would have gone through many inconveniences, difficulties, challenges, but they adjusted because the Lord's purpose would not be defeated. So the Lord was very pleased. So we see that here is saying that uh, the great sage Maitreya continued, "My dear Vidura, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the protector of surrendered souls, being thus addressed by Prachetas and worshipped by them, replied," what Lord is saying, "May whatever you have prayed for be fulfilled." After saying this, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose progress is never defeated, left. The Prachetas were unwilling to be separated from him because they had not seen him to their full satisfaction. So actually, that will never happen. When the Lord appears in front of one person, and person has fallen in love with him, he can never be satiated by seeing the Lord. The more and more we see, then more and more desire for seeing is increased. So the Lord, it seems that he left when we prayed, offered the prayers, and the Lord says, "So be it. All you have desired must let it be fulfilled." He was very pleased, and then he left from there. And then Prachetas feeling great separation. They're feeling great separation from the Lord. They don't want to be separated from him. You see this separation, even Dhruva Maharaja felt. He felt, he said, "Why this sort of material desires was there inside my heart? Why for fulfilling that material desires I did this? And then Lord has granted all these things and not taken me with him. And I have left behind without him." I was feeling so much regretful. Feeling great separation. So you see this separation. Actually, we see the gopis when Krishna went to kill Kamsa, they were so much feeling separation, and throughout they are feeling more and more separation. The separation was going on increasing. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also always felt great separation of the Lord. You see the six Goswamis, they were always feeling separation from Krishna. Mentioned that they are staying in Vrindavan, and in great separation they are going from this corner to that corner searching Krishna. Mahavibulavo, uh, in great eagerness, great anxiety, they want to meet with Krishna, and they are just going from here to there, and that they may be able to see Krishna. So that is the actually that is the way of worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended, to serve the Lord, uh, to serve the spiritual master in separation. So in that actually the separation, one is more intimately united with Lord. All the gopis we see, they were completely absorbed in thinking of Krishna, more than when physically Krishna was there. And this absorption and this separation was always increasing, feeling more and more, uh, uh, more and more uh, anxious. And it's mentioned that they were only maintaining their life only because they had a hope that Krishna will come. One day Krishna will come. Because before leaving, Krishna has promised, I will come. So they're thinking, oh, Krishna will come. So just with this hope, they maintain their life. Otherwise, they were completely feeling so uh, feeling so separated. So you see, this is the way of worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he commanded. So we uh, we are satisfied when we actually focus or absorbed in fulfilling the instructions of the spiritual master. There is a famous saying of Prabhupada at final moment. Prabhupada said about this, that your love towards me will be displayed. You know that when all of you cooperate to push this moment after I have left. So, this cooperation actually is, you can see how it's been so much appreciated, so much satisfying the Lord to the spiritual master. We see in the normal family also, we see when the children are they cooperate with each other, they uh, staying together in a, they are united, not fighting. The parents are satisfied, they are very happy. And when they see they are all fighting among them, so they are very disturbed. So the same thing we can see that how the spiritual master, the Lord himself is satisfied when the living entities are they are cooperating with each other. And this cooperation will happen when all of us we have the same goal. What is the goal? Yes, to serve Krishna, to please him. So this is the goal. This is the goal of life, our life, to please the Lord. See that in example of Prithu Maharaj and Lord Indra. Prithu Maharaj performed 99 horse sacrifices, and he was performing 100th one, and Lord Indra became very disturbed that if he does 101, then he will become Indra, and what I will do? I have to give up my position. So uh, then he was keep on playing lot of tricks, and then Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu himself came, and he brought Indra also, and he said, Prithu Maharaj, no need to do this. He'll be getting very disturbed. So it's just this was enough. Actually, the Lord is more pleased when Prithu Maharaj does not do this 100 sacrifices, and that is the goal of performing sacrifices, to please the Lord. So so he immediately drops the idea, because he doesn't have to do 100 sacrifice to please the Lord, because by that 100 sacrifice the Lord is going to be displeased, because this is the situation. So he immediately gives it a 4, and he does not do the 100th one, and then Lord is pleased with him. So you see that by pleasing the Lord, the result is we'll go back to Godhead. And by trying to please our senses, by doing sense gratification, which we are very fond of and addicted, will continue in cycle of birth and death and suffer. And choice is ours. Today morning we are hearing Prabhupada saying no qualification is required actually to become Vasudeva Parayana, Narayana Parayana. Only thing is that one has to decide, take a vow that hereafter I'm going to stop this sense gratification. I'm going to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this vow, this determination, one has to take. That's the only requirement. You see here the Lord is very pleased, and then we see that how the Lord, you know, leads when he take part from Pachetas, and they are all feeling great separation from the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Pawan Prabhupada ki jai.